Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny 2 Lightfall. We're on our third stream of the legendary campaign. We're going to hopefully finish it today and get a full complete picture of this story. We started off the part 1 stream with some very nice first impressions and high expectations, and our second stream moved into a little bit more of a critical eye of things are starting to, the dust is starting to settle, and we're starting to see this game and its story, and we're like well over at that halfway point. We're starting to see what's going on, and we're not vibing with it as much as we were in the very beginning, because we're starting to see, I guess, a couple of cracks in that story. But we're going to see how it finishes up. So we're going to stay open-minded and see how it takes us to the finish line for the legendary campaign. That's for sure. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you're having a good morning or evening or wherever you are. It is currently 9 in the morning for me. I was intending to start this stream a little bit earlier, but I needed, just a couple more hours of beauty sleep. So we're starting at, I pushed it a little bit later, but we're jumping into it today. We're going to continue the Lightfall campaign. I've got my boy Mobius with me today to assist me and be my fire team member through the legendary campaign. Unfortunately, Kuso is indisposed. He must do what they call work, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. Definitely looking forward to seeing how this goes. I won't repeat sort of any criticisms and stuff that I've mentioned on the game so far in this campaign, because I brought them up last stream. So we're gonna not sound like a broken record. I've said what I had to say. I got my piece out. Now we're gonna focus on the other stuff that comes up. That's the mentality we're taking into this place. But we got to address the fact that it do look pretty. Like it do look pretty. I want to go over there though, look over there. I want to go there. Alas, I cannot.
Check this out.
Slowly convert my entire community to get into Destiny, and then I'll have this massively, largely successful Destiny clan, right? That's how that works. I'll get everybody in on the Destiny, and I'll get you all addicted to a game that is meant to get you addicted, so you keep playing this forever and ever and ever. We're going to do Desperate Measures mission. So we're at step 16 of 21 in the Lightfall campaign. That's why I think that we should be able to finish this one. My Lightfall loadout today is Old Faithful with a Horde, the BXR-55 Battler, the Halo 2 Battle Rifle Baby, let's go, and the Bad Omens Rocket Launcher is always a favorite. It's always a favorite. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the Battler. And I can never settle on a good appearance for my character, so I've changed my look once again, because I love the Lux set. I think it's probably the best Eververse set that they've ever done. This isn't the full set, but it is the cloak, gauntlets, and helmet. It's genuinely the best set that they've ever done. Sometimes Destiny just releases like, a vehicle or like a skin or something like that, and you're just like, that's it. And I never really need to change it after that. I've just finally got what I wanted. And they can release all the new stuff that they want, and I will just never change it. I think the key component of that is my ship. I have not changed my ship in forever. I have the Rim Skipper Sling, and it's like my Cowboy Bebop ship, and it's like my favorite. It just looks perfect. I love its design. I love like the front and back of it. Like it's so cool. This is my ship, It's my boy right there. Oh yeah, music's great. Music is great in this expansion too. It's always consistently great, so it's nice that that does not disappoint either. So Desperate Measures is fight alongside our allies in a final stand against Calus, the Disciple. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Final stand, except we're at step 16 of 21 in the campaign. So it is the final in an asterisk stand.
Guardian, all of our training, all of our losses.
Oh yeah.
It's brought us to this moment.
All of our training.
Stop Calus from reaching the Veil and establishing a link to the Traveler.
Final stand, baby. If I can get this old Ishtar era orbital beam thing up and running, might come in handy.
I would suggest exercising an abundance of caution around untested Ishtar technology.
I miss the old go in without a plan and hope for the best, Osiris.
That is a gross mischaracterization.
Today shall be the end of Calus's reign. The Shadow Legion will submit or be crushed beneath my heel.
Okay. Apparently this is the final stand. So let's see how this goes. And by Osiris saying all of our training, he means the 80s Eye of the Tiger training montage that we had with Strand before in the previous stream. And we've touched on the sort of tonal clashes and shifts between this expansion, between the seriousness of the conflict and then the themes and sort of tone of the campaign and the expansions. They're a little bit of a mismatch, so it's very jarring at times. But it is interesting. It's an interesting one. How about that soundtrack though? Again, we'll just focus on the soundtrack's really good. How's that? How's that? Big explosion go boom. You haven't played since Forsaken. How do I feel about the new expansions? They've all been really good. Shadowfall. Shadowfall? No, that's not right. Ooh, what's the Shadowkeep? No. That one. Shadowkeep? What the fuck was the name of that expansion? Shadow something. Beyond Light, Witch Queen. It was Shadowkeep. Beyond Light, Witch Queen. They've all been fantastic, to be honest with you. Like every single expansion has dropped something really significant and awesome. This is kind of the first one that's come out, in my opinion, where the expansion and the campaign is not really hitting that mark instantly for a lot of people, and usually there's a little bit of a honeymoon period with a new expansion for a lot of people, but from what I've seen from the general consensus online is there was like no honeymoon period. It was like day 2 of Lightfall and everyone was like, what? So it is very interesting to see, because that doesn't usually happen, which is pretty concerning, and I do feel some of that sentiment. I do feel some of that sentiment. Oh, I missed my ride. I think Strand is amazing though. Like what we're able to like utilize from Strand in terms of movement and stuff is really cool. I guess I'll make my own way. I'll make my own way over. Here we go. I'll Spider-Man myself up. No, I won't. I'll try to Spider-Man my own way up. That's fine. Okay. I missed my ride on the Thresher. There we go. Strand is great. I love the grappling thing. I kind of wish that it was its own ability and not tied to a grenade, so we could like use it more. I think if I was, you know, if we had a little bit more freedom with it, that would be really awesome. I think my favorite expansion in the game would have probably been the last one with Witch Queen. I just think that that was awesome. And that's even with really enjoying every single other expansion. I think Forsaken as well was just a crazy thing. And like, I flash back to Forsaken, I'm like, that was year 2. Like, yeah, damn, they've been doing pretty good since year 2. They had a really rocky year 1, that's for sure. But like, Forsaken, yeah, insane campaign, really great story. The Dreaming City is one of the most beautiful locations that they've ever made, and it still stands the test of time. I love how they described putting that world together at the Dreaming City. I'm hitching a ride, baby! Oh god. So this is Strand.
Guardian down.
Oh, I've been kicked out of the map. I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna make it back in the map. I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna make it back. Grenade, come back. Grenade, come back. Grenade, come back. You see what I mean about the fucking grapple being tied to a grenade? Oh god, that ship just took me out. Love it. Have I pursued any of the puzzles in Destiny? Yeah, I've done a lot. But I haven't done a lot of Destiny streams, you know. I've done a couple of Destiny videos in the past, and then I did the Lightfall, sorry, not Lightfall, the Witch Queen. Oh god. How the hell did you take the Thresher on the first try, Mobius? What the hell? How did you do that? That took me right to the ground. I did the Witch Queen Legendary campaign when that expansion came out, and you can see those streams, and that was a lot of fun as well. But I don't play it very regularly. At least on stream. I can't believe you took that Thresher all the way to the top. That's because it's not. It doesn't even look like it's supposed to go that way. It's supposed to just aimlessly fly around in circles, but for some reason you got lucky with it. It's crazy. Strand looks, feels, and sounds amazing though to use. Very cool. Let's go the intended way. An esteemed Colossus. There are some really cool things I've seen people doing with Strand though creatively, and it's been a lot of fun just to witness some videos of like the navigation of like what is possible. It's so much fun actually. People have been like skipping whole like segments of raids or like just all like attaching themselves in like a human centipede strand line while like someone at the front just like pulls them along. It's actually fucking hilarious. There's a lot of cool things coming out with Strand. I just think the way that it's implemented in the campaign is a little bit silly sometimes, because it's like a full campaign that is just like, learn how to use this subclass for the whole campaign, instead of like being able to kind of use it freely. It's very scripted for the campaign. I swear this did not have a barrier on it a second ago. That's fine, because they've decided to spawn a tormentor. Good. God. They just drained my super. Took a lot out of me. He's just taking a shit in the corner over there. Taking a shit. Just squatting. Need some private time. Oh, we're just bullying a tormentor? Oh shit. No. How to bully a tormentor 101. Okay, we broke the tormentor. It decided to just stay here. Aw, little baby. Bah. I've never seen a tormentor get bullied so hard before. Who put all the explosives on the top of an AA gun in entrapment? That's so funny. That is such a huge weakness. Hey guys, here's our giant anti-air guns. Make sure you just put the whole make sure you put a whole bunch of explosives on the top of it. But put a barrier around the explosives so they can't destroy them.
More work than I thought. It hasn't been turned on since the Ishtar days. Hope it still works.
With the Empress's Legion routed, it may be our last line of defense.
Sounds like someone's coming around to the untested Ishtar weapon.
Oh, Nimbus is so annoying. Nimbus is so annoying. Yeah. Look at all this loot, baby. Da, da, da. I love my characters that are written to act like 14-year-olds. Really makes for exciting story. Actually, you slowly but surely getting past 1750 power. I'm on my way. I'm doing it. There's a chest in the way of the emote. I can't do it. There's a chest in the way of the emote. Ah,
Whoa! Did you see that? Totally blend that.
Keep the turrets under our control. They're vital to our defense.
hey, no worries, Leaping Moon. Thanks so much for tuning in to say hey anyway. Exotic. We got the worm husk. Gosh darn.
Enemy tanks are headed to your position.
That sounds like a job for untested Ishtar weapon. Paint the targets, Guardian. You tag them, I'll frag them.
Alright, call in orbital strike. Check out strong targets. Okay. Nice, so they just took the Hammer of Dawn. So the untested Ishtar weapon is literally the Hammer of Dawn.
There's no end to them. Osiris, what do we do?
Remember your training. You only have one goal. Keep them from the Veil.
Ah yes, the Veil. Keep them from the Veil. Hey Osiris, can you tell me what the Veil is real quick? Oh, you have no idea? Okay. So, alright. Perfectly placed rockets right there. Can't believe these Cabal have been able to utilize strand themselves and turn them into elemental shields. That is quite advanced, considering we only just discovered it ourselves. It's very interesting that the Cabal were able to harness strand as a elemental shield type before we even obtained the power ourselves. Very clever Cabal. Let's blow this tank up. Never mind, I just lost all of the... Okay. Oh no, we activated it, that's why. Mobius is on the job, guys. He's got it. Now you could ask about other games. We're just chilling. We're just shooting Cabal, shooting the shit, doing what hunters do best, looking cool, not being as effective as other subclasses, but we get style points because we look the coolest.
This is Empress Kaya, the true sovereign of the Cabal.
Empress Kaya.
Chosen
Oh!
the gutless traitor.
She's dropped in.
A false god. We are Cabal. We eat the mountains. We drink the seas. Give any shred
She's
of
standing there
honor, and at
monologuing.
least give
Oh,
us
she's in the fight.
worthy battle.
I love it when they give us the AI teammates. It makes me feel like I'm in it makes me feel like the good Halo stuff, you know, like when you've got like Johnson or the Arbiter or someone like on your team that's like a big boy. You're like, now shit's getting real. I really like that.
Guardian down.
something that was just completely absent from Destiny 1. But it was really cool, and they've been doing it frequently here and there in Destiny 2. A lot of fun. Kaido just chilling. Everyone doing their big Cabal Stomp moves. Titanfall 2 campaign is yeah, that's on my list. It's on my list. I only ever hear good things, like people sing their praises about that, which is really cool because like I played Titanfall 1 when I first got an Xbox One because I thought it was awesome, and I played a lot of that game. But every time I was playing Titanfall, I was like, man, I wish this had a campaign, because the servers are kind of dead, or it's hard to get into games because it's like an online-only multiplayer, you know, type shtick. And then Titanfall 2 came around, and I was, you know, I was busy because I am a Destiny-obsessed guy at the time, and we talk about it while I'm playing Destiny, which is funny. But yeah, any game that came out pretty much in the time period of 2014 to like 2018 does not exist to me, or did not exist to me at the time, because I was just playing Destiny for years. So Titanfall 2 never got my attention because of that. So you can blame the game that I'm playing right now, but also you can thank the game that I'm playing right now, because it means eventually you'll get to experience a blind playthrough of it. Oh yeah, Firefight is a good comparison. Yeah. Love Firefight. Destiny worth playing. If you don't care about the story and you just want to like shoot shit and have fun, yes. If you care about the story, don't, because it's yeah. The story is amazing. That's not me knocking the story, but you just can't play it because there's so much of the story that's inaccessible to you or only readable in a menu. So you get like a quick little summary of here's everything that you missed, but you can join the current conflict if you'd like. But it's really fun. Like the gunplay is great, like playing with friends is awesome, like all your abilities are great, music's awesome, the atmosphere and worlds that you navigate are great, like it's awesome. But however, not a good new player story experience at all, unfortunately. But if you want to spin around a cool little strand rope thing and look badass while doing so, look at that, then yes, this is the game for you. Hammer of Dawn, let's go. They were like, hey, Gears of War had this cool idea, let's do that.
You're doing great, but I've got some bad news. We're out of juice. No more turrets. No more defense relay.
We're out of juice. Oh no. Oh. Rally banner. What's going on now, baby? What you got for me? Defend the vault entrance. I thought that's what we were doing. Oh, good. There's too many of them. What are we going to do? Oh god, there's 2 tormentors. Oh shit, and they're the big ones too. Yeah. can definitely agree with that sentiment. It's also a little bit of a money sink sometimes, depending on, you know, how much value you place in the game. I think that there's personally a lot of good value in it for the most part, which is why I'm still here. It, like, in terms of like the amount of enjoyment that I get out of this game, I think it's well worth the price, considering the amount of hours that I've put into this game. Oh, that's the worst timing ever. Shoot my rocket as soon as he jumps up in the air. Oh, dash too. I'm just missing all my rocket shots on this bad boy. Okay, he just decided that he would instant transmission. Okay, awesome. I've just missed all of my rockets there as a result. That's awesome. Thank you, buddy. This battle is intense. Almost finishable. Oh no, I'm getting my dick sucked. Oh, you saved me. Holy shit. I actually thought that he just healed to over half health, but it was the other one that just appeared right on top of him. Jesus. These things are terrifying, by the way. Like, they're very effective. They're a great new enemy. Like, each one is like really like a mini boss. Even just the general tormentors that are not the imprints of Nezarec. That one that we were bullying earlier doesn't count. He was just shy. These are the true ones. Just drained me of my super again, thank you. They have such a good death animation too, so cool.
We'll safeguard the vault together.
Where's Kydal at? There you are. This is crazy. I actually love how many enemies they're throwing at us. We're just getting completely fucking overwhelmed by Cabal. This is awesome. This is what like so many firefights should feel like in this game sometimes, like the sense of like scale and overwhelming enemies, because sometimes you're like we have to remember a lot of the time we're at war with a lot of different groups in this solar system. And a lot of the time you're in a room with like 20 enemies and you're like, man, it feels like there should be a lot more people here. Like they've got almost infinite units at their disposal to like throw at us. So this is really cool. It gives me that feeling of like they actually genuinely have an army to throw at us. And it's a lot. You just kicked my heavy brick away. Can you not do that?
Daughter.
Oh, that's so sick.
What is...
Calus shows up with his shadow projection. Daughter.
Guardian! Kyle! Are you okay?
Oh, that's so sick.
The veil's exposed. Keep them away from it, at all costs.
I remember seeing this in the raid for the first time against Calus and just being like, holy shit.
You must reach the Veil before the Shadow Legion. Do whatever you must to prevent the link.
Anyone want to tell me what the Veil is at this point in the story? Guys, characters, anyone? No? Okay. That's fine. I'll just do as I'm told. In we go. Am I enjoying the DLC so far? There are definitely parts of it that I'm enjoying and loving a lot, and there are definitely parts of it that I am critical of and think are missing the mark, especially on what this sort of story and DLC should be, especially it being the penultimate chapter of the Light and Darkness saga. Something that's very important to actually note, however, is the Darkness trilogy of the Destiny expansions was supposed to be Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and Lightfall, right? But what actually ended up happening is through development, they were having issues and getting hit with, I guess, delays and issues. So they ended up posting about how they needed to put in another expansion in the meantime to fully realize their story, sort of quote unquote, right?
Whatever you find in
The Veil is deep beneath the ground, like way deep, okay? There we go, guys. We know that the Veil is deep. That's what we know about it. So that's why there is now another expansion coming next year called The Final Shape. I think that Lightfall has essentially been split almost into two, or what was supposed to be Lightfall is The Final Shape, and then they took parts of it and put it here with a whole other different storyline that was not initially planned. And I think that's why it feels really weird, because it was supposed to be a trilogy and they've gone, oh wait, we need, I guess, more time, and they're not going to be like, sorry guys, we need a whole other year without anything to give you, so they've given us this. And it kind of feels like this weird, like, tripping over themselves right before getting to the finish line, you know? So it has a bit of an awkward stumble, but I am excited to see how this will continue to develop over the seasons throughout the year, because I'll be taking it in, that's for sure. Yeah, there is another ranger, but that essentially, the Final Shape is going to be the end of the Light and Darkness saga, and then either we're going to get Destiny 3 that'll start something new, or Destiny 2 will have another expansion after that in a new sort of saga or narrative. But if there was any time for them to hit us with a Destiny 3, it would be after the Final Shape, and when things have completely changed with the Final Shape. So I'm really excited regardless. I will continue to play if the game, keeps satisfying me, which it does. But, the things that we're passionate about, we love to hate it, we hate to love it. And Destiny has always been a very mixed bag. Like, there are things that I will sing praises about in Destiny that'll never let me down,
That must be the Veil. It's massive.
Oh, here we go.
I feel a little strange. I don't know how to describe it.
Alright, I'm gonna focus here, because I want to know what the hell's going on, okay? So just give me a sec to focus.
Traveler? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Almost gives me the same feeling as the Traveler. So this is the Veil. Similar vibes to the Traveler. Okay, well, this is obviously why the Witness wants it then. It's got to be, it's either linked to or something that is like, yeah, directly connected to the Traveler, or it has a similar sort of power or energy to it that the Witness can use against the Traveler. I would love to know why it's like the thing is, what's I guess unfortunate in a sense about this story and how it talks about the Veil is it's constantly stressing the importance of this thing, but like no character has actually explained it. And usually you'll have a character explain things either in an exposition scene or like while you're in gameplay, there's running dialogue talking about this thing. Like Neo Muna is a very well established and set up society. Like we need to we need to consider the fact that this is a society untouched by the collapse. They never had a dark period like humanity did with the collapse. They've been chilling on Neptune, hiding away from the earthen overlords out of fear of the Guardians, because they have some pretty messed up history. And they've just been chilling, doing what they've been doing on this fancy cyberpunk moon with their Cloud Striders. And it's just like, I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird. I don't know. I don't know, man. And if the witness wants this so bad, he could just pop in here and grab it himself. But it's weird that he's like, I will send my minion Calus to do it. And the whole game, the whole campaign, Calus is like, I will get the veil. I'll get the veil now. We're losing the veil, but I'll get it. I promise. That's kind of like Calus's whole thing. He's like, I promise, I'll do it. And then the witness got mad at him because Calus threw a little tantrum. And that was a cool scene. But yeah, things that will always impress me and I will always sing praises for in Destiny is its art direction, the music, like how it looks and feels, the overall sort of expansive lore and world building. Really, really cool. The gunplay, exceptional. The things that weigh it down as an experience is the new player experience sucks. The repetitiveness and gameplay loop can be very boring and draining because you're like, oh, I'm just repeating activities over and over again to just constantly chase stuff. So that the gameplay loop can weigh you down and it can tire you out. Yeah, the new player experience sucks. It's like, here you go, guys. So let's go to the destinations tab, right? And you're like, okay, cool. I can't play any of the campaigns because they've all been removed from the game. Like I can't go to the to Io, can't go to Titan. You know, planets are missing, story content's missing. I can't replay the Red War, which was a goddamn incredible campaign. You wanna buy the game or you wanna get the game right now? Here we go. Let's have a look at this. This is the timeline over and tucked away in the corner here. The history of Destiny 2. Learn more about past milestones and key historical moments in Destiny 2. And you can go to the start of Destiny 2, which is the Red War, and it summarizes everything for you. So you can go here and go, what happened during the Red War? What happened during Curse of Osiris? Warmind. Forsaken and the Seasons, Shadowkeep and the Seasons, what happened with the Traveler, Beyond Light Seasons, the 30th anniversary, the Witch Queen Seasons, and Lightfall, which is where we are now, right? So for new players, they can't play any of this stuff back here. They can just read a paragraph and go, huh, that happened. And I think that's just so unfortunate. Because by comparison, Final Fantasy XIV, you want to go play Final Fantasy XIV and you want to go play the beginning of that game, you can do that. You can play the whole entire thing all the way through, which is great. You have the full story ahead of you. But for Destiny, you're just chucked into this experience. You're just like, huh? What's happening? Where am I? Which is very realistic for, I guess, a Guardian. Like, a new Guardian gets resurrected by a ghost, and they're like, huh? Where the fuck am I? So maybe that's what they were going for. From a lore and world-building perspective, it makes perfect sense. You're resurrected as a new Guardian one day, and you're like, what the fuck did I get myself into? And I missed out on all this cool stuff, but now I have to fight against the super mega ultra vape lord, the Witness? Damn. You know? But they really need to do something where they can put the whole game together. Yeah, Kuso's got it. Like, they need to be able to put the whole game together somehow. Like, my dream, my ultimate dream...
For both our sakes, please don't fall.
My ultimate Destiny dream is they go, hey guys, here's going to be a Destiny, like maybe even as a separate application. Install this. It's a single player, not a single player, but like a story-based server for Destiny, and you can install this version of Destiny, and it's just focused on the story. It has no gambit, it has no strikes outside of story ones, it has no crucible, like none of that. They take that out. That's inaccessible in this version. It is Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 storyline from start to finish, and you can play all of those missions and select them as campaigns like the Master Chief Collection. Like, select it, pick this, play through these missions, have normal and legendary difficulty, like invite your friends and have an actual complete Destiny campaign experience. You can play the whole story. I would replay the whole story if I could do that. Like, I would start again just to be able to experience some of those things. I don't even think they would need a rebalance though, because here's like, let's just say that what they can do is they could tweak it so you can play those missions, boot it up, it can, you know, link to your Bungie profile or whatever, so it has your stats and your character, but just have each and every mission like have a fixed power level, just have it have like a fixed power level and like maybe even a set loadout. Like they could just do something in that experience where they can like make it like not as like free to customize your like, you can't have like all of your weapons ever, but they could set it so it's more of like, hey, if you want to experience the story of Destiny, they can do it. Just give you like a fixed power level and loadout system, or make it a bit like, you know, streamlined in that sense, just so you can actually play it. I don't know. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. It would be a massive undertaking, but like it would be, I think it would be amazing as a way for people that are like, hey, I want to play this game, it's super fun, and I'm interested in the story. I would love to just play the story. How can I do that? And then it's like, here's this full-on thing for you. I feel like that would do well. Anyway, that's my ramble. Let's get back to the story. I'm a 9-year-old Destiny veteran. Okay, I got opinions. Bungie, hire me. I got good ideas. Actually, don't hire me, because at some point I'll get like witch hunted out of the dev team, because the Destiny community can be crazy sometimes. Oh, hang on. Cloud Arc prototype. This? The Cloud Arc prototype? Or something else? Interesting. So yeah, the Cloud Arc is also the big old virtual reality space. So basically, think of the Cloud Arc in Destiny 2 as Mark Zuckerberg was a cloud strider and he invented whatever it's called. Metaverse? And he put it in Destiny. That's what it is. Everyone's in the cloud right now. That's why they're safe from the current invasion, because everyone is in VR chat. And they're all running around as little Knuckles avatars. Oh, Jesus. Am I going down here? Okay. Down to level 13. 13. Okay, it's not as deep as I thought.
I held them off as long as I could.
You did well, Kai.
Coming for you. It's in your hands now, Guardian.
Jesus. Oh, is this actually the final mission? Jesus. Guys, I should have just done this in the last stream. I didn't realize because I was looking at the quest steps and I was like, oh, okay, we're at 16 of 21. We've only made a little bit of progress, so I'll just finish it in the next stream. Okay, goddamn. I wonder what's left then, because this feels very final to me. We are literally at the Veil. Whoa, and we're underneath it? Dude, hearing like the big boom of like them approaching. Look at this thing. What the fuck? What is this though? Look at this thing. Weird. Space spaghetti. I think the Guardian rank system needs work as well. It's a great idea that they've implemented this system. However, no matter how much progress you've made in Destiny, no matter how much of a hardcore player you are, or even a vanilla player, that game will put you at rank 6, or everyone is at rank 6.
The Emperor's smashing through that place.
Hurry, Guardian. He'll get there before you.
Everyone's at rank 6. No matter if you're a hardcore player or not. And then it resets each season. So all the work you do is almost kind of for nothing if you want to, you know, get past rank 6. It's a weird system. Oh, there he is. Holy shit. He's here. Look at this thing. Hello? Oh, hang on. Damn it. What is that? Oh, okay. No, I didn't have the right emote. I wanted to do the Calus emote. I didn't have the right one. God damn it. Calus the Disciple. Yeah, the Guardian rank system resetting. Oh, Jesus, I ate that. The Guardian rank system resetting with each season does not make me want to invest any time in it whatsoever. That makes me look at that and go, well, that's a waste. Like, what's the point in progressing something so much when it just goes to 0 in 3 months? It needs to be permanent to show your investment in the game, otherwise it's completely pointless. That's like the whole point of the system as well, so it's really strange that they were like, they came to that conclusion that they thought that was a good idea. Oh god, I just teleported to more enemies. Oh my god, I'm trapped in a rock and a hard place. God damn it. Give me more jumps. I can't believe it put my orb in the worst spot. It's like, we're gonna put your goddamn orb in the center arena. Okay, this is a bit much. Okay, there we go. Both of our resurrections. There it is. Okay, so Calus, all-powerful Cabal Emperor that he is now a big Cabal boss with a cannon. I feel like I've done this strike before. Whether we wanted it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Calus at the Vale. Being goddamn mortar striked. Oh no. Okay, well, I've got 20 seconds. Let's go. I can do this. I can do this in 20 seconds. 20 seconds to save the world. Calus, fuck you!
Exceeds my will.
Okay. I know that a lot of Calus's power from the Leviathan and that sort of era of Destiny with like the raid and stuff like that. All right, wait a minute, Mobius, before we charge in, gotta prepare myself. I know that a lot of stuff with Calus's power comes from like his scions and stuff, so he probably, I guess he does not have those at the moment because he's very much in a disciple mindset. So he's gone from having his, like, you know, his drink from his gauntlet and his Leviathan powers and all of that kind of stuff, and he's got his darkness powers instead. So it's definitely different, and he's probably adjusting to that. But for him to go from his like emperor state to I'm a big boy with a big gun is like, oh, okay, big boy with a big gun. Calus.
I've been waiting for
A toast.
my guardian. Come, let us revel in this exquisite moment.
Did I just get like every single every single one. Oh my god. Never mind. Don't mind what I'm talking about. My brain isn't working. Oh, I'm about to be fucking cooked. But I'm pervading darkness. Okay. Rocket to the face. Though that weapon is pretty cool, though. Okay, he's immune now. This level is basically hide on all the platforms. Oh god, there's a tormentor now. Yes. Let me point out one of the big problems with Destiny and this expansion with Strand is they want to give us a focus on mobility in the battlefield, which is really cool. It's a great idea in theory, but Destiny is not a game where you survive for long. You can die, like, immediately. And Strand gives you no damage resistance whatsoever while you're moving about the field. That Scion is literally standing on nothing. You have no damage resistance in the field whatsoever, so if you're grappling, you're just as vulnerable as you are in cover. And in fact, you are just more exposed, so it's just worse. So it's a little bit of a shame that they really want to give you this focus on mobility. They're like, guys, look how cool this movement is, but it's like, you die so easily. Barely wants to make you move. You just and then Destiny gets back to its core problem, which we've had since the beginning of the game. And what I say beginning of the game, 2014 Destiny 1, which is hide behind something as far away as possible and just take pot shots at your enemy, because you can't get close to the boss because he'll step on you, and you can't be in outside of cover because he'll eviscerate you. So you gotta hide far away and just shoot it in the head until you win. Obviously that's not every single encounter in Destiny, but it's a lot of them. It is a lot of them. Because Destiny wants to throw a challenging encounter at you, and their idea of challenging is just let's make the enemies really unfair. Like, that's what the Taken are as a design philosophy, which is really funny. The Taken as a design philosophy are literally invented to be fucking insufferable. Like, they are made to be a headache, and they are made to be unfair. Which it's hilarious. Because I hate the Taken, and it makes so much sense as to why I hate the Taken. Can you fuck off? Oh, I've been booped. This is why would you boot me into the main arena, dude? And I'm not gonna say this to be rude at all, because it's not your fault, but like I probably can't answer the is Destiny 2 worth playing question every 5 to 10 minutes, because what happens is I'll stop putting effort into my answer. I've already put a lot of effort into the answer a few times, and like I said, it's not meant to be rude. I know it's not your fault, but I'm just gonna have to respectfully not answer that question for the rest of the stream. Because I've given my opinion on it one too many times already. But where's this tormentor at, bro? finally taking his shield down. Okay, cool. I think the Tormentor's gone then. Good. Yeah, I'll leave it up to the chat to either echo my opinion or give us a short summary. Oh. All this lead up to taking on Calus in his real, genuine form and not one of his little raid robots, only for him to be a big boy with a big gun. Oh. Oh. And a bullet sponge of a big boy with a big gun at that. That man is tanky. Need some ammo. Hello, fellas. No! Do not do that. Don't fucking boot me. I got some special ammo out of that, I think. Damn, okay. Just some special. Where'd that Tormentor go? What the fuck? Mobius, where'd that Tormentor go? I had full health. Did you jump off the cliff or something? What the fuck? The Tormentor fell! Oh my god. Oh, stupid ass. That is so good. Tormentors can fall off. They didn't make this environment Tormentor friendly. That is amazing. Oh yeah, when it just jumps up in the air, just bait it to the edge and then it can fall off. Ooh! Oh god, oh god, no, I can't see. Fuck you, Calus. Eat my with a horde. I need some goddamn heavy ammo. Wish granted. Music is slapping right now. With a horde, my beloved. Got him. First try. Didn't even fail. Okay, what the fuck are you doing? What the what? He turned himself into a oh shit. What the fuck? He turned himself into a fucking gladiator. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. And his helmet's off. Okay, that's so cool. He's not just a big boy with a big gun after all. Now he's a big guy with a big sword. Oh, he turned himself into a big gladiator. Oh, that's so cool. I have no ammo though. This is gonna be great. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so glad he wasn't just big boy with big gun. Second phase always is very exciting. One thing that we need to keep into context as well, which is actually really crazy to think about, is this man has been the Witness's disciple for like 24 hours. Like his darkness powers are brand new to him, so he's like kind of adjusting. Meanwhile, the vow of the disciple raid, Rulk, he was the Witness's disciple for like billions of years. just as a comparison in time, the Witness had another disciple. It was like for a long time. So the Calus got nothing on that guy. Brunson agony. there you go. Pick the good emote for it. Dude, what a corpse! What a corpse! Wow, what an impressive display.
Calus is no more.
You gave him a Cabal's end.
Dude, this man's an OG.
I'll believe it when I see it for myself.
Hey,
We've been clapping Calus's cheeks since Destiny 2 2017 vanilla.
Hang tight.
That goddamn Leviathan raid. Even though it's been fucking Android versions, we finally killed the real thing. Goddamn. I can't believe I was on the final mission this whole time. It's my fault for believing in my quest steps.
No more running away. Rest now.
Cerez. Yeah, Zavala doesn't need to ask for Calus's permission.
The uglier they are, the harder they fall, right? No? Come on.
Did he just call a Cabal ugly to a Cabal's face?
we finally found you.
Whoa, whoa, ghost, 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 ghost.
Wrong, Osiris.
Get your ghost out of there!
Finality takes shape.
Whoa!
Creating the link!
At long last.
Destroy it!
Whoa! Kaido's asking me to destroy my fucking ghost. Holy shit, dude. That's heavy. Yeah, doesn't that make more sense? Give the guy with the magic surfboard the... Just tell him to grab it.
What? What just happened?
Yeah, that's not my gun. They gave me the Kvostov. They gave me the first weapon in D1. That's got to be a specific callback. Because that's the first weapon that our ghost gave us. That was definitely so intentional.
Come in.
Whoa. Could you imagine if we had to shoot and destroy our own ghost? Imagine what that would mean for our character. We'd be just like Osiris. Holy shit, the connection. What's happened? These guys have been standing here for a whole day. These guys have been standing here, doing nothing.
The universe makes us all victim and perpetrator.
Whoa.
Life's infinite cruelty.
He's doing graffiti on the Traveler.
More than any. Suffer both fates.
Whoa.
Be free.
Whoa. Whoa. To be continued in the final shape in a year from now. For $200. Oh! So the witness has used the power of the veil to tear open a new dimension. The triangle dimension. That's the final shape. It's a triangle. We had the answer was in front of us this whole time with the pyramids. It was a 2D pointy boy. It's a triangle dimension. And we're going to learn the triangle subclass in the next expansion. Can we talk about the fact that Zavala, Mara, the Exo Stranger, they've all been sat in that same area and they have not moved for the whole expansion. And it makes so much sense as to why they have no story in this game at all, is because the beginning cutscene of the campaign and the ending cutscene of the campaign seem to happen like that at the same time, but there's a whole campaign in between where we're fucking around on Neptune for ages, right? It's really weird that it's just like we have all of these main characters that we've had since the beginning. We have this final battle that's taking place, and Zavala, Marasov, all of these big named characters are just smoking joints in the helm with the shutters down going, oh, I wonder how our Guardian's doing right now. I'm really stressed out just sitting here thinking about it. And they're just chilling out. And then the Witness has just been having a staring contest with the Traveler for like 24 hours. Calus is fucking around going, I promise that I'm going to get the Veil, while they're having FaceTime calls. And then as soon as our Ghost, which is feeling that connective tissue to the Veil that's similar to the Traveler, because they have like, I guess, similar energetical properties, the Witness is able to possess or influence our Ghost to just do that connection. I think that what I'm picking up here is the Witness used Calus as bait for us to go into the Veil, so he could use the Ghost. It makes a lot of sense in that regard, because our Ghost was the key to his victory. The Witness didn't even have to go there in the end. So there you go. The Witness used and manipulated Calus, because Calus's desire and thirst for infinite glorious strength was his own downfall. Used him as a pawn to get us where he needed us to be. And then he gets the power. The Pyramid ships and the Witness have pulled themselves into a new dimension via the power of the Veil and using the Traveler as sort of like that battleground, I suppose. That's crazy though. That cutscene was awesome. So the final fight takes place in that portal. Also, this begs the question, right? Right now, we've just had the Witness, all the Pyramid ships rock up to the Traveler, use the power of the Veil, open up a triangle hole in the Traveler, essentially, doing some little street art graffiti. They did their tag on the Traveler, opens a new portal, and in they go. And what really bugs me sometimes is now we have to just wait. In universe, in timeline, right now, we should be taking all of our ships, all of our characters, and going, let's protect the Traveler, I guess. Let's take this to the final battle. They want to fight in a different dimension. Let's fucking go. But we're going to sit there and, I guess, stare at the triangle in the sky for a whole year with all of the seasons stories in between. I guess the next season's storylines will have to be in some way, shape, or form tied to whatever the hell is going on up there, along with some other things. Because right now we've got a Traveler with a giant portal opened up in the sky. We do still have a raid. And I'm very interested to see if anything's going to happen or change in the world once the raid is complete, because in Forsaken, we had that happen with the Last Wish raid, where things started to, where we got some stuff that was changing in the world space once the raid was completed. So who knows? Who knows? But it definitely feels like, because like I was saying earlier in the stream, it definitely feels like a situation where they've gone, crap, we need another expansion before we finish this Light and Darkness saga. So we're going to make Final Shape the last one, and we're going to make Lightfall a different thing. And they've definitely taken some elements from what was supposed to be the finality of this and put it here. That cutscene feels very out of place as a result. Like, I would have preferred, I think, the Witness and the Pyramid ships not even showing up in this expansion and them not marketing it as such. I would have loved if that was just left for the Final Shape. or have the Witness show up and do this stuff like towards the end of this year, towards the end of this season or something. Because I don't know, like because him showing up now and then being like, see you guys next year, it feels really painful, and it doesn't feel fitting at all. Because yeah, it does feel like it was a big old cutscene split in half, and then they put a campaign in between it, and it feels very obvious once you have a scene where Zavala and stuff have been stood in the same place for the whole campaign, and the Witness has been stood in the same place for the whole he's just been floating there in space staring at the Traveler. And it bugs me, right, that you get to the tower and you go, wow, look at this, like we've got our whole fleet here of our different allies and companions, we've got this whole group going on, there's a space battle going up there right now, right? Nah. Because it's basically a standoff, because they sent ships after them, and the Witness just went mathematical division and literally just separated a bunch of Guardians. But yeah, I think that Destiny is at a very, very interesting point where they have kind of tripped over themselves in the Lightfall campaign with how they've decided to set up pacing and how they've put it together, but they have a really big opportunity, a massive one, to really guide us into the final shape, like with these upcoming seasons. Like, if they can't give us good seasonal stories for this whole entire year leading up to the final shape, it's gonna be rough. And I have very high confidence in their seasonal storytelling, because this season's story, not the campaign by the way, the season story, Season of the Disciple, is that what this season is called? What is it called again? Season of Defiance, another D. They love their D's with the seasons. Season of Defiance storyline right now with Marasov is really, really cool. I like it. So it's off to a good start. Last season, Season of the Seraph with Rasputin and Anna Bray and all of that stuff, incredible story with great payoffs to characters that have been there since the beginning of Destiny. Very, very good stuff. So their seasonal storytelling quality, very, very good. So if they can continue that, we'll see how we go. But we've got Season of Defiance. The next season is Season of the Deep. But yeah. Season stories are not free to play, big man. You gotta buy into a season. That is the point of the seasons. Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of that sort of narrative online about the Infinity War sort of comparison. I made that last stream as well, that it's like, it feels like it's an Infinity War type deal, but without some of the necessary pieces in play. You know, without some of the necessary pieces in play. And then the final shape is supposed to be endgame, but I guess what we need to find out, depending on what their seasonal stories will be about over the next year, is whether this whole year is an Infinity War, you know? And this was just the beginning of that. That's the true question. I think the cutscenes were exceptional though. It looked amazing. Seeing the Witness do what the Witness just did to the Traveler makes me very, very excited. Like, I think that's awesome. And now that I've defeated Calus and we've got not necessarily a complete Lightfall, I've still got to talk to characters, but like now that we've done that whole thing and we've witnessed that final cutscene, I want to say that Neo Mooner is great with a lot of shortcomings, and I want to say that I wish Strand was not implemented throughout the whole campaign of pick it up and learn it and get exhausted. I hate it being a whole training campaign. I think the Cloud Striders are a huge, massive missed opportunity. Massively undercooked. They gave us 2 Cloud Striders. One of them is so cool and we barely get to know him, and he dies before we even get to attach ourselves to him emotionally. He's there, and the dynamic between the two Cloud Striders is so painfully obvious. I got slapped in the face by it. As soon as they were revealed, I went, oh good, the sprightly, chipper young rookie and the old man. And I'm like, great, the old man mentor is going to die. Like, you just know it's going to happen, and then it happens, and you're not surprised. There was no subversion of expectation at all. You just went, yep, that was his character. I knew it was going to happen. And he was the one that was the cool one. And then we get left with Nimbus, who is like a 14-year-old Fortnite player, and it's so bad for the tone of this expansion. He mourns the loss of Rohan for 2 seconds, and then he goes back to being like, this system's lit, bro. And I'm just like, dude. His voice annoys me. His character annoys me. And I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea, because the Destiny storytelling team knows how to do serious. They know how to do dark. They know how to do some really cool stuff. So why did they, for Lightfall, a penultimate expansion that is supposed to be very, very serious, put a child mentality in this character that we spend so much time with, grating at our eardrums? They have so much potential, and like, even post-campaign missions with exploring Cloud Striders, cool. But like, we go to a new planet, we go to Neptune, and it's supposed to be untouched by the collapse, and we get virtual reality dust particles in the air as civilization, because logically it makes sense. We protected them all. They're not here because we're under attack, so we digitized them, but it just feels shit. And then we get 2 Cloud Striders out of a whole sort of civilization of apparently, these people. I'm not. It just feels like it would have been great to maybe have some more of them, even if you don't really have to give them actual character or names. You could have some in the background, or like some that are just chilling out. I don't know. And if you're going to do that with Cloud Striders having a rule of 2, don't kill one of them without giving us some goddamn, reason to be upset. Actually give him some character. Rohan was in like 2 cutscenes, and then he just stood around being massively tall.
Make us proud.
And that makes me sad. It makes me sad. Because I saw us the storyline happening. I saw what happened to
Did you? No.
Rohan as it was happening, and I went, oh cool. I didn't even get to know this character, and he's sacrificing himself. And it makes me sad. That's my thoughts on that. I just think that it's a massive tonal clash. Massive tonal clash. But that's what happens when you have to quickly shove in an unplanned expansion into your storyline, I suppose. Is you're going to end up with a little bit of weird shit happening. And it won't hit the ground very, very well.
Did you? No. You've been there a while. Yeah.
Have I played the seasonal story yet? Yes, I have for this week. That is in the first stream. The first stream has a lot of the Lightfall missions, and then we played the seasonal story for a bit of a break, and then we went back to Lightfall for a bit. So if you want to see me playing through the seasonal story missions, the first 6 steps, that's in stream number 1.
Do you have something?
And then the next part of the seasonal story comes out at reset time. Let's talk to Zavala. By the way, let's talk to Zavala for the first time in this campaign, this whole expansion. like I said, all the big players that should have had some involvement in this story were completely absent. They took a nap.
Rising. The Traveler. Gone. Should I feel humbled by this sacrifice? Relieved that it can't grant any more of our enemies the light? Lost? Without a god in whom I can place my trust? But what consumes me in this moment is the human loss. We've watched so many die for this war. And yet, those losses have given us insight and common bonds. We stand alongside more allies than ever before. Humans, Awoken, the Lixni, even the Cabal. When I came to the last city, I looked up to the heavens for the hope the Traveler gave us.
So did the Traveler also get sucked into the Triangle portal and we just didn't see it in the cutscene? Because from what I saw in that cutscene, it was the Witness and the Pyramid ships that went into a portal carved out from the Traveler's surface. I don't know how that equates to the Traveler being gone or sacrificing itself. That dialogue feels strange. Because as far as I could see, the Traveler was still there and should still be there, but now there is a giant portal opened up out of its surface. But Zavala needs glasses, or something happened with that blinding flashing light that blinded him, so all he can see is just nothing. I can see what it looks like now from the helm. Cool, we're going to the helm immediately. I need to see what this looks like. We stand alongside more friends than ever before. And then Zavala thinks of Keitel and those cheeks that he about to clap. The humans of Neomuna are just as much included in that of those as the last city. They have stood fast on the front lines of this conflict, and because of them, the last city has been saved from more violence at its doorstep. I actually thought we might have lost or suffered some significant damage to the last city in this expansion as well. I thought that this was going to have some real big stakes and losses. It was really funny. Going into this campaign, I was like, are we going to have any big characters die? Like, is the Witness going to do something? Nope. Everybody got mad plot armor. Even Amanda was dead for 2 minutes. She was like, oh my god, I haven't heard from Amanda. Let's go to this place. And then we go to this place. And Amanda's like, hey guys, I'm on the radio. You guys haven't been picking up. They're like, I've been trying to find Amanda with no luck. And then she's literally just broadcasting an emergency sequence on the radio. Now I look up and see the hope we've built for ourselves. There is a gentle awe in the way Zavala regards the sky. The fleet of ships, the symbols of allies of the lost city. The Vanguard is no longer one last bastion against the Witness, but one of many. Even without the Traveler, we are not alone, and we'll need all the allies we can get. The war is far from over. Ikora has been in contact with Osiris regarding the mysteries yet unsolved. Visit her to learn more.
Be brave.
Be brave. Another thing is, like, the Pyramid ships are so cool, so powerful, and have so many cool things going on with them, like Nezarec and his nightmares, for example, which is definitely going to be what the raid is about. It's called the Root of Nightmares. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. So that's going to be cool. The pyramids are great. But, like, they showed up at the start of this expansion. The Witness made them do a cool little attack on some ships, and then that was it. And then they just entered the Dorito portal. I don't know. Also, I thought that in the opening cutscene when the Traveler shot that giant beam of light that a whole part of its surface sort of melted away as a result, but I guess that's just when it does do that attack. and then its surface was intact again when the Witness carved out a triangle from it?
Guardian, the Traveler is gone,
What do you mean?
but we're still here. It may seem small, but it's no less important under the circumstances. Despite your triumphs against the former Emperor, the Witness has transformed the Traveler and gone somewhere we cannot follow.
Okay. We cannot follow,
Losses are no stranger to any of us,
so we need a year to figure it out.
and I have long since known that the world does not obey laws of poetic justice, much as we might hope otherwise. It would be easy to look at the sky and falter. We cannot. We must take the time we have and make these losses mean something. Neptune is the best and only direction we have. Work with the Cloud Striders. Learn what you can about the Veil.
Learn what we can about the Veil.
Step at a time, an inch at a time. We keep going. With or without the Traveler.
Learn what you can about the Veil, as if, like, you know, nobody who lives on Neomuna is able to just tell us that. Ikora stresses the importance of continuing on. So, like, the Traveler is gone, but I guess we still have our light powers, so I guess the Traveler was able to ensure that we can maintain our connection to the light. Because the last time the Traveler was, like, gone or cut off from us, we lost all of our light as a result. But nothing has changed in that regard. But they say that the ghosts have been clear. They no longer feel the Traveler's presence as they once did, though the light still remains in them. In Ikora's breath, there is a gravity of worry. Preliminary scans say no technology at our disposal can survive entry to the portal created in the Traveler. That rules out even Guardians. The conclusion after speaking with Osiris is that the Veil must somehow be key to this mystery, even if it's not yet clear how. The connection that was made, the properties for which the Witness required it, somewhere in these things is an answer. It only needs to be found. Return to Neomuna, aid our allies there, learn what you can of the Veil and of Strand. Anything you find, no matter how small, may help. So, this whole campaign is like, did you want answers? Well, boy, have I got questions. Crazy. Crazy. Go to the Hall of Heroes and meditate to receive your Strand subclass.
You have questions?
You have questions? Yes, I do. All of them. Thanks, Ikora. Can we also just talk about and appreciate how good Ikora's new voice actor is? It's barely even noticeable that there was a change. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, shit! The director changed as well. Oh, that's so cool. I really, really like how the director screen has been changing to reflect the story events this expansion. As soon as you, like, open the director for the first time, you see it surrounded by the pyramid ships. It's such a grim, cool image. And now look at it. Oh, that is amazing, dude. So we are just going to stare at that for a year.
We all want the same things.
We are just going to stare at that for a whole year. And it does seem, with the way that Ikora and Zavala are talking about stuff, that, like, especially with Ikora saying we cannot enter, which logically makes sense, because otherwise why would we not go in there straight away? We're going to now study and watch and look. And I think the only thing that's really interesting about that from a storyline and timeline perspective is the Witness has got what he wants. The Witness is in there right now. He's tinkering about in the Traveler, in this portal. But now what is he doing in there? And what will he be doing for the timeline of these seasons while we figure out how to get in there? You know what I mean? Like, do we just... What do we do? What's he doing? Is he just talking with the Traveler in there? Is there an entity within the Traveler? Is he just, you know, hacking into that system and it's going to take him 1,000,000 years to figure out what's going on inside of the Traveler? There's so many questions. Oh, dude. See, the Traveler's not gone at all, but holy crap, look at that. That's really cool. Yeah, I think poor choice of words for them to say the Traveler is gone. I feel like that that lines of dialogue should be replaced to like, the light within the Traveler is gone. The presence of the Traveler is gone, you know? There are many ways that they can word that, because that's what I guess they mean by that, because physically it do be just chilling right here, but it has now been like deactivated by the veil has, yeah, I don't know. The veil has opened up a goddamn triangle portal, and we have to wait until we can figure out how to enter it. Just you wait, guys. Just you wait. Next year, there will be a third darkness subclass called goddamn Null. What else have we got? What else can we call it? We got Stasis, Strand. Oh, hang on. It's got to start with an S. Finally. The Sex subclass. Let's go. Guardians figure out how to fuck so we can fuck the witness up. Finally. Sex subclass. So it's got to start with an S. It probably won't start with an S, but it could if they wanted it to. We're going to get a third darkness subclass, probably. 3 light, 3 dark. And then that subclass will do a whole campaign that'll just be about training and learning about the campaign. Sorry, the subclass power. And then we'll use the darkness powers that we've acquired with the light powers that we've acquired, and we'll enter the portal, maybe. Soul. That'll be an interesting one. The Soul subclass. I like that. I like that. I like that. It's not bad, actually. The Soul subclass. Because then you can really get into something interesting there, is do Guardians have souls, right? Because we're these corpses, we're these husks that have been revived by ghosts. What if the key ingredient that we're missing is a soul? We need that subclass. It's the key. It'd be cool, actually. Apparently I've got a bunch of these just chilling. Everything to the vault. Red, like the nightmares, a red subclass. I love my 3 raconteurs. Should probably actually check these perks, shouldn't I? Ooh, Strand. Strand auto rifle. Perpetualis. Devram K sat at a dingy workbench, tucked away in a corner of the farm. He stripped and cleaned his rifle with practiced efficiency, his fingers moving on their own as his mind wandered. The sniper recalled a conversation he'd had with Ido, Mithrax Kell's daughter. Devram had found the scribe charming, both wise and guileless. They'd spoken at length about her vision for the House of Light as a peace broker between Elixni and humanity. In the moment, he'd been convinced by her youthful optimism. It stirred something in him long dormant, a vision for the future beyond the day-to-day violence of his life in Trossland. He left their conversation confident that a brighter future awaited the Elixni. But now, in the cold light of day, his cynicism reasserted itself. Even if the House of Light remained a staunch ally, he doubted the other Elixni throughout the system would follow suit. After all, the average Vandal wasn't fighting for politics, ethics, or philosophy. They were fighting for a zero-sum game of territorial control, just like he was. Besides, war was all he'd ever known. He'd grown up in this conflict, been raised by it. Without it, what was he? Devrim looked down and realized with surprise that his rifle was already reassembled. He'd completed the task without even noticing. What could anyone do against such deeply ingrained violence? He shook his head, frowned, and started again. Strand. I do like that green. It's a satisfying green. Alright. I'm gonna go to Neo Muna. Gonna go to Neo Muna. I'm gonna talk to the Cloud Strider. Talk to good old Nimbus. Okay. Neptune, Osiris, and Lightfall. Yeah, really strange that Osiris, just because he's the one that was under the possession by Savathun and had the visions of Neptune, that he's the only one to come here, like, and everyone else just stays behind. Very Osiris heavy, of Osiris just being like, Guardian, stop being a douchebag and just learn and master Strand already. Why am I calling it Strand immediately? Don't ask questions. You're not supposed to question me. I'm Osiris. You know? Well, I don't think Saint was even able to really let him, because he just got in his ship and just moved on. He's like, I'm gone.
Could use your help. Ready to take on some baddies?
I'm so sad that we're stuck with Nimbus as our vendor forever.
It's incredible.
Could we push him off a cliff maybe, and then that means that another Cloud Strider will have to come and take his place? So if they're on a rule of 2 scenario, then that means Nimbus needs to be the mentor figure to another Cloud Strider now, right? I can't wait for the feedback from Nimbus's characterization to cause any future story involving him to turn him into a super serious edgelord. Instead, he'll go force to the opposite spectrum.
It doesn't make sense. How are we still alive?
Oh God!
Was the witness only interested in the veil?
He's got a mouth under there.
Created a link using ghosts and the veil. The convergence of primordial light and darkness to open a portal. But to where? We should focus our efforts on the veil and the trail the witness might have left behind. If you need a moment, take it. But bear in mind, one loss does not equate to defeat. Keep fighting.
He actually has mouth movement and animation in his speech. It must be like automated, because I know that there's a lot of like lip syncing AI programs that they do with dialogue in games. Oh, look at the veins on his head. Really getting in here. But yeah, he's got a full-on speech going on there with his mouth. I'm trying to get a good shot of his face without the mask on. I wish he would take that goddamn mask off sometimes. He's got a whole ass face under here. I want to see what's going on there. Look at that nose. That man's got a way out schnoz. Leo schnoz right there. That's a big nose. Look at his nostrils. He can snort up the witness in there. Jesus. Meditate. Meditate. Man, if only... Imagine if... the Puka Pond, it was that easy. You've made a breakthrough in your journey of mastering Strand. You harnessed the power of Strand, defeated Calus, but the journey is far from over. Strand meditations allow you to unlock the full potential of Strand and become a true master. Use them to purchase new Strand aspects, fragments, and grenades. Strand meditations can be spent at the Puka Pond to unlock additional Strand grenades, aspects, and fragments. This should have been what happened just during the campaign. You should have gotten Strand, understood it. The Guardian has such a significant understanding of darkness and new powers that for us to just... I get the purpose of seeking and understanding strands, but we literally... How this was advertised to us was this was a power that the Guardian discovers. It's not one that anyone else wields, right? Cool. However, we start the campaign and there are immediately enemies that have Strand elemental shields. Why couldn't they at least disable that until now? Or just, you know, why couldn't they disable that until later? Why? Because then you're just like, they already have that power. And then we, in terms of us discovering it, there isn't any sort of, we just picked it up off the road. Like it was like a shiny coin. We went, oh, what's this? And then we're like, oh, what is this? I'm being attacked by weird strands. And then we, like, Osiris named it really quickly. Really. So we've got a new currency in the game. That is a good Destiny issue. The game loves to give us currency with a new expansion. You've acquired your first Strand meditation. You'll use these to acquire more Strand abilities. Hover over the item in your inventory for a reminder of where they come from. The final Strand quest. You need to unlock all Strand upgrades on a single class to get final warning. Okay. What you got for us? Abilities. Grenades. We got the grapple. Shackle grenade. Thrown weapon of weighted Strand matter that detonates on impact, suspending targets, creating additional suspending projectiles. Does that mean that the grapple disappear? We get rid of the grapple and we replace it with these instead, so then we can't grapple. A woven projectile that reweaves itself into threadlings while in flight. Aspect. Widow's Silk, the softest whisper of a glove meant to be worn under a gauntlet, sees the threads of reality. You have an additional grenade charge. Well, that is good for grappling. Your grapple creates a grapple tangle at the grapple point. Okay. An ensnaring slam, a small shadow box with an arachnid on display, showcasing the creature's deadly beauty. Give them something to really catch their eye. Activate your air move to consume your class ability energy and dive to the ground, suspending all nearby targets on impact. Alright, I've seen Kusa use that. You make them all float for a bit. Okay, I'll take those. Go see Nimbus. Fragments. Thread of Ascent is the only one I can get here, which is activating your grenade ability, reloads your equipped weapon, grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling, plus 10 mobility. So that's good for grappling as well. That's nice. Strand, where are you? There you are. Thread Runner. Silk Strike. So we've just got the one, which is Silk Strike. So what are we looking at? At the moment, Stasis just has... This is actually interesting, by the way, is when you go into Stasis, which I have kind of largely not done much with, it just has the one ability, which is Silence and Squall, right? The Revenant. And there's no bonus things down here. But with Strand, you've got your Silk Strike. And it says currently applied. It's got an extra one down here, which is similar to these, where there's multiple ones to pick. That makes me wonder what's going on there. Is there supposed to be, or is there going to be another ability for Strand, but there isn't one for Revenant? I've reached rank 7? Not yet. I'm only, look how much work I gotta do for 7. And then, oh my god. When will I reach rank 7? 8 out of 23, man. Takes forever. Alright, well, we've got grapple, threaded spike, we've got the triple jump naturally, and marksman's dodge, and I can put on these aspects. Wow. Put that on.
I wanted to thank you for bringing an end to what was once my father. I wish we had a moment of respite to celebrate our victory. Greater strife lies ahead. I will prepare the Cabal for the Witness's machinations, and when it reveals itself, I will once more be standing by your side on the battlefield.
Okay. New area unlocked, and I walked into this area before because last stream I had Kuso in my fire team who had completed the campaign on his character. So I walked in here unnecessarily and was like, who the fuck is this person? But I'm now supposed to be meeting them for the first time.
So what do we got going on?
They're just here. Is there supposed to be like a cutscene or an introduction or an exploration on who this person is, Quinn Ligari? Because they're just kind of here. Maybe I'll eventually find out. She had an intro. That's right, guys. We've got to ban Kuso now because he's ruined everything. That's right. She's a virtual reality particle character. Yeah, we'll see what happens, because maybe I just need to talk to Nimbus first. And it might be there, because Mobius opened the door as well, so we'll see.
Calus is gone, and the Veil is safe for now. I don't really know what victory looks like going forward, but I'm not gonna take this win from us. From Neomuna. It's weird not being the rookie anymore. I'm just Cloudstrider Nimbus. Feels wrong. Like I jumped out a window without my board. There was confidence in knowing the buck stopped with someone else. For Rohan, when I met him at least, it seemed like he just took everything in stride. It was easy for him. I guess I'll get there someday. We're having Rohan's induction into the Hall of Heroes in a bit. Will you join us? It'll be great. Quinn will say something stuffy, there'll be lots of cheering, maybe a whistle if you want to get spicy. But I think he'd be honored if you were there.
Yeah, name drops Quinn. Like, the hell's that? There's something about Nimbus's voice that I can't shake when I'm listening to it, which is he has his normal voice line, but there is this echo or another like higher pitched voice behind his speaking, and it's grating. It's just so annoying. Nimbus claps you on the back in greeting. After everything that's happened, you are a true ally of Neomuna and welcome in the city anytime. We may not be the hottest tourist spot in the system. They quip. They quip. They do quip. Looking out at the smoldering skyline, but we'll take all the help we can get. Given the nature and the state of every other planet in this goddamn solar system, I think you're fine. There's an ironic twist to the Cloudstrider's mouth, but it can't cover up the worry in their eyes. Osiris filled me in on everything that's happened. They quip and then they nay-nay. Fuck off. The witness created some kind of portal in your traveler and went through it, right? If it's rejecting all probes, then forget about getting people through it. I can't claim we've got the answers, but we're all in this together, right? Humanity's got to help each other, Neptune or Earth. Neomuna's role in this war isn't over by a long shot. While everyone figures out what's next, could use your help holding the line here. The less gets by us, the less comes at you later. When we do know what's next, Neomuna's got your back. It's our galaxy too, so all of a sudden they're actually like, yes, we will not hide on this planet anymore. Go to the Hall of Heroes, unfinished business. Crowds of holograms. No! Guys, here's the thing. Here's the funny part, is Calus has been defeated. The attack on Neomuna has kind of at least pulled back or ceased. They're not going after the Veil. The Veil is safe for now. Let's bring everyone out of the Cloud Arc now, right? Or like, let's, you know, make sure people can actually not have to hide in the metaverse. Nope. Crowds of holograms are gathering at the Hall of Heroes. They couldn't even show up in person. It's time for Rohan's core to be included among the memorialized Cloud Striders who came before him, and Nimbus would like your company at this ceremony. Oh. Master Strand, recover lost power, walk among heroes, and save the city. Embark on a quest to finish what Rohan started. Recover your fallen allies' exotic weapon. Relive the legendary deeds of past Cloud Striders and earn rewards for restoring the statues that honor Neomuna's greatest heroes. Save the city, earn exclusive weaponry as you help the Neomunians push back the assault in the neon-lit chaos of Terminal Overload. Gotcha. Armed and Dangerous. Hunter gear bundle at 1770 power. The witness is still out there, looking out across the city with uncharacteristic seriousness. They're so self-aware it hurts. With uncharacteristic seriousness, but we're not going down without a fight. What we've done here will help us in the days to come, I'm sure of it. Their smile returns in full force and they wink at you. So go on, Guardian. Put some of these shiny explosive new toys to use. I got this for completing the legendary campaign. Oh, and I got some other stuff too. Nimbus beams as you approach, clapping you on the shoulder. He keeps doing that. Well, 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 if it isn't the hero of the hour, not even the remaining threats to the city can dim their enthusiasm, it seems. Their smile turns wry as they look out over Neomuna. Job's not done yet, but it's easier to shoulder the burden with a helping hand, and I'm glad it's yours. So I've completed the legendary campaign. Select my reward, so we get one. We get Citarac. God, how am I supposed to even say that, dude? Citarachne's Facade and Speedloader Slacks. So gain Woven Mail when grappling. Nice, so we do get defense while grappling. It is an exotic helmet trait, not a built-in trait to the actual grapple itself. You get flinch resistance while Woven Mail is active. Dodging grants reload handling and airborne effectiveness for you and nearby allies. Dodge and defeat targets to increase gains. You want to increase those gains, baby. I might... Oh, God. It's a bit of an ugly one, isn't it? I might go for the pants. The perfect disguise. What are you disguised against? Dumpster diving wasn't the classiest of hobbies, but it gave her insight she couldn't get anywhere else. At least that's what she reminded her ghost as the two scoured the alleyways of Neomuna. The helmet had a lovely heft in her hands as she pulled it from a pile of expired tech and half-melted Vex. This was a rare find. Turns out people who live in a highly advanced virtual society also have an almost perfect waste disposal system. Almost. As she examined her prize, she spied something poking out from inside. She retrieved 5 yellowed sheets of actual paper covered in barely legible writing. Expedition 17, Thalassa. Unsatisfied with excursions on Neptune, I've begun taking my trips a bit further to its surrounding moons. Boring, she skipped ahead. Appears to be a conglomeration of space junk long fused together. Deep blue, green, and yellow hues ripple across amalgamate hills. Too many big words. I do not appear to be its first visitor. She continued to skim, ship wreckage, old pieces of armor, coloring unlike anything I've ever seen, not made for a human. Huh. The helm sure looked like it would fit. Large creature, many legs. Her eyes widened. Finally, it was getting good. She turned the page over. Nothing. Blank. With a scoff, she crumpled up the papers, tossed them over her shoulder, and stalked off with the helmet. Oh, cool. We get the full expedition log. That's cool. So it's not skipped out. Expedition log 17. Neptune's second closest satellite, Thalassa. Neptune's wilderness proved unsatisfying, so I've begun to take trips further out to surrounding moons. Equipment detected several chemical signatures. Samples should be plentiful. If readings are accurate, collected resources will help Neomuna greatly. Touchdown evaluation. Initial readings detect nominal quantities of phosphates and bountiful networks of framework silicates. Networks are jutting out from nearby caverns and visible to the naked eye. I cite novice oil painting skills to describe the network's hues as such: deep blue, green, and yellow. I cite minimal creative writing knowledge to describe the landscape. They ripple across amalgamate hills that roll as far as the eye can see. Came upon a shipwreck, very old, parts burnt out beyond recognition. Items in the nearby area was an armored glove, unusable, built for 3 digits, one of which appears opposable. So this is definitely fallen gear. It's one of this helmet is very fallen in appearance. 2 armored shin guards, simple design, both cracked, and 1 helmet visor intact. The armor is painted, markings unrecognizable, but appears intentional. Fauna observed at nearest cavern, large creatures, many legs, pincers. Having no experience in zoology, I conclude probably unfriendly. Discovered the unique pattern on the found helmet matches the coloring of the creatures. An attempted disguise. Ah, that makes sense. There you go. Framework silicate, 2.2 kilos. Continued observation, creatures are unfriendly. Attempted to collect more samples, unknowingly encroached on territory. Theory, helmet was indeed an attempted disguise. Perhaps I will utilize it as well. How interesting. I love the lore that are put on the items and equipment. Pretty cool. This one's a shorter one. Speed loader slacks. The way you move in those makes me self-conscious. Is that a bunch of bullets like on the there, just like poking out? You're gonna poke someone's eye out with that thing. The Titan fired his last few rounds. He reached into his pouch for a fresh magazine, but it fell from his gauntleted hands as enemy fire clanged against his armor. Off to his side, the hunter effortlessly flipped low, leaving a trail of dazzling after images across the battlefield. She rolled close beneath the incoming fire and caught the magazine before it hit the ground. She kicked it up into the mag well where it locked into place. You dropped something, she said with a smile, then drew her knife and tumbled back into the fray. Perfect! Style points, I told you. Hunters are the best, and that's why they call them the speed loader slacks, baby. Fast reloads. Stylish reloads. And we got some strand meditations. Thanks, bruh. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Can they give me boots that will replace my stompies? That's the true question, though. Buffing my sprint, slide, and jumping is what I'm all about, you know? That's a hard one. It's rough. Gotta have them match the gear, though. Tide smoke. I can't wait for when I can buy the all-black shader. We're waiting for that. All black shader gonna be a good old time. Oh, we've got the Neomuna news reporter. Shout out to him.
This is Jisoo Calorando coming to you once again with a special guest as part of our continuing war coverage, the Cabal Empress Keitel. Your Majesty, thank you for joining us today.
We thank you, Mr. Calorando.
Most of our listeners know little of your people's history beyond your colonization efforts on Mars and the recent Red War with Earth. Tell me, what is your goal here in the Sol system?
We came to your system as conquerors, Mr. Calorando. While that was not under my rule, it is a banner I would have gladly waved.
And yet you extended the offer of a truce with Earth.
The Cabal say there is no road through war. Your direction must change with circumstance.
Ah, you're referring to the recent destruction of your homeworld.
Torabottle was consumed by the Hive and the Witness. And so now my people fight for survival in addition to glory.
My sympathies. All of Neomuna knows what it is to lose a homeworld.
I do not place much value in your sympathies, Mr. Calorando.
Mr. Calorando.
Value to Earth.
Damn.
With Neomuna Civil News, this is Jisoo Calorando coming to you today with Cloud Strider Nimbus for updates on the recent conflict. Nimbus, thank you for joining us in light of the heavy burden that has recently fallen on your shoulders.
I mean, whole city's hurting right now, Jisoo. Rohan was my hero, same as everyone else. But the best thing we can all do is make sure his sacrifice means something. Keep this city safe.
And what of the Guardians? Have they helped maintain our peace and safety, or are they adding new complications?
We all knew the return of the Pyramid Fleet was going to be complicated, and I'm glad we had the Guardians here every step of the way. There's one thing Rohan taught me, it's that no one survives alone. We need each other.
Impassioned words from one of our city's great champions. Let us hope time proves them wise as well. This is Jisoo Calorando, signing off.
This is Jisoo Calorando, signing off. I love the whole idea of there being a oh, I gotta approach. There we go. Approach.
Today, we honor relentless Rohan, his service, his sacrifice. More than a protector of Neomuna, he was a true Cloud Strider. He cut his years short so that the whole of humanity may thrive far into the future.
Today we suffer, so tomorrow can live on.
And then he walks out and says, "Cower bummer, dude." Visit Nimbus to find out why they left the ceremony early. Oh no, Nimbus, are you okay? You're not your usual quippy self. What has happened? Are you having a moment of uncharacteristic seriousness? Okay, now I get this.
Okay, so
There we
remember
go.
when you stopped Calus, saved the city, and looked good doing it? When the Witness made that connection after, it rebooted all our Cloud Arc security. I guess the Vex noticed because they busted in here and blew up 5 of my memorial servers. The audacity, right? Each server is nano-constructed from a Cloud Strider's core drive and filled with all their logs and records. They're irreplaceable. It's not like the Vex to destroy so randomly. There's gotta be a connection, probably on those wrecked servers. But any data connecting these 5 Striders was in the servers they blew up. Long story short, your buddy Ghost has some sensors I've never seen before. So I thought maybe he could help me scrape the data. Just go take a look at those damaged memorials, see if you can pick up anything.
Interesting. Okay. The Vex never destroy things randomly. Explore the Hall of Heroes audio tour. Alright, now have a look. So these are all the Cloud Striders. Or are these all the Cloud Striders? Oh, these are the destroyed ones. Gotcha. And if you're, you know, a Cloud Strider that wasn't like as cool, you get relegated to the background. You get relegated to the depression room over there if you were like not very good at your job. But like they still have to put you in here. They put you in there. But these are like the cool ones. These are like, you were great, man. You were a Cloud Strider to remember. This is why Rohan got put right fucking here. I want to put Rohan right here. And he's gonna get fancy jewels and stuff. Guys, look, people. I feel like they could have gotten away with bringing out some people. Just some. Neomuna citizens in here. It's safe in here. Like, look at them. Look at them. You just know, though, that Bungie has not rendered a single actual Neomuna citizen, though. They don't exist. They could, if they wanted to. Just reskin some fucking humans from the last city. Just reskin them. Put them in some neon clothes. Just turn them into cyberpunk NPCs.
Welcome, Neomuna, to the Hall of Heroes, where history lives on in you. The Earth author Peter S. Beagle once wrote, "There is no immortality but a tree's love. No one dies so long as they are remembered." So join me, City Archivist Quinn Ligari, as we learn about the great heroes who have made our impossible city a reality.
Audio tour.
Hi, I'm Quinn Ligari, City Archivist. It's my job to keep the past alive and help shape the future. With so much history lost to the first collapse, preserving humanity's knowledge is one of Neomuna's highest priorities. If we do not know who we have been, can we truly decide who we shall become? I hate those things. They made me re-record all my originals. Apparently, my take on history can be too sarcastic. Oh, glad you're back. Altruism, affinity, awareness. These aren't just the Cloud Strider ideals. They are the soul of Neomuna. Each of the memorials filling this room is a server dedicated to the life of a fallen hero, made from their own augmented systems. Every communication and journal detailing their noble sacrifice is available not only for future Cloud Striders to study, but you as well. The truest way to honor our city's champions is by using their experience to improve ourselves.
Where's my I'm pretty sure I've got a. I got like a. Did I have the studying emote? I thought I had one. Maybe I didn't get that one. That's fine. I'll just pull up a chair instead. Those are solid.
You are gonna love this. Here in the foyer of arrivals rests noble Rohan. This sacred
Oh, she recorded this one quick.
the beauty and the grief in a hero's passing.
The
Since
foyer of
often,
arrivals.
so much of our city lived vicariously through our champion, and so we feel his loss more keenly. Every Cloud Strider embraces mortality, but in the lives they save and deeds recounted, they are timeless.
I wonder if we'll get a new Cloud Strider soon then. Like in another season, upcoming. Nimbus will have to take on the mentor role.
The seed of each plant thrives in soil enriched by fallen leaves. All they are, from inception to fruit, is an echo of who came before. The plants grown here in the Hall of Heroes are all reclaimed species, extinct on Earth and restored on Neomuna. They are memories of a lost homeworld, returned to life thanks to the safety and prosperity our champions provide.
You know what? I don't think that's too far-fetched. Osiris doesn't have a ghost. He only has one life. Like, he can die. It could be interesting having Osiris on Neptune for him. But then it would be really strange to have Nimbus be Osiris's mentor in that respect. It would be a very interesting dynamic. But considering the fact that Osiris does only have one life, he could go for that route of being like cybernetically enhanced. I don't know. I reckon he would like... I feel like considering Osiris's sort of aversion and history with like Vex stuff and all the cybernetics involved with that, he probably wouldn't feel too hot about that.
Every drop that falls...
We all know what happened to Asher Mia with his Vex arm.
The river continues on. That lone drop is simply a shape the river takes for a time. The water within rejoins the flow and continues on. Those loved ones who pass remain a part of us, forever shaping who we are and who we become.
The library server is armed. I keep thinking after this Vex incident that we need an off-site backup. Earth still has servers.
The mucus you see throughout the Hall of Heroes.
I have heard that there is a flash and a hint of a particular Asher Mia around, which is cool. He do be out there somewhere. Emotional support Pukas.
Friendliest chicks from those hatched right here, among their fallen predecessors.
Amazing.
The founders came to Neptune in fear, desperate to survive the collapse. The Traveler had left gardens on many planets and moons, but on Neptune, they found a harsh frontier of floating continents and dangerous storms. Compassion, cooperation, and innovation allowed them to survive, just as they now allow us all to flourish.
Yes. I want Io and Titan to come back, guys. Give us our planets back.
Maelstrom. She was one of the city's greatest military leaders. Ended the Cobalt occupation before she even became a Cloud Strider.
Okay, yeah, these are the big boys then.
Everybody loves him now, but back when Blue Jay was just Conrad Jane, the whole city hated his guts. Did all kinds of illegal sim research.
Okay.
The Strider. She was the very first official Cloud Strider.
Oh, the Strider.
Hurts the most.
Okay.
Stargazer. You probably wouldn't expect a mathematician to be a great Cloud Strider, but I hear your Ikora Ray is kind of a nerd too.
Ikora Ray's kind of a nerd.
Siegebreaker. Telluride Magsy. He converted in the middle of the 20-year siege, and he ended it. But Vex captured his mentor, Puck. Magsy rescued Puck, but by then, the bots had stripped secrets from his brain. Old man couldn't handle the guilt. Took risks. Got hurt.
That's awful. And eerily similar to what Osiris went through. I wonder if Rohan learned how to counsel Osiris from... Oh.
I put it back together again.
Guardian,
I did it.
Strand, what's happening?
You recreated the memorial. Nimbus said your strand power could make things, but I didn't think they meant like this.
Neither did we. I guess Neo's emotional connection
ended up
to their
picking the right emote for that one.
anchor this strand creation permanently.
That's funny.
I've read some academic
I was just fucking playing with my strand ball over here, and I replaced this thing. I fixed it.
Twin, maybe we should focus on the Vex for now.
That's funny.
Why they attacked and if they're coming back.
Yeah, I guess you're probably more useful not frozen. Right now. Let's see if we can figure out why the Vex broke in.
So I need you to restore Stargazer's records. We're ready to cheer. All we need to do is sort of vibe with Stargazer, the city's most famous explorer. The short version is you must have tapped into some kind of connection with Siegebreaker, emotional, experiential, something strong, whatever it was. So my theory is to do the same thing with Stargazer. The best place is to start is emulating them somehow, looking for that same connection. I could expound on the physiological and philosophical theories if you want. There's a lot of interesting research into the nature of consciousness, especially given the Cloud Arc. Maybe the city's belief in the Cloud Stride has helped you anchor the memorial. Maybe you're just that good at magic archaeology. Quinn is overjoyed to have one monument back, and that scientific mind is hard at work on the best ways to get you to reconstruct the rest. Between your strand capabilities and her historical knowledge, she's pretty clearly hoping you'll be able to restore all of the lost records. There's a whole city invested in the history of their heroes after all, and ideally in the process you can solve the mystery of the Vex attack.
To scour Siegebreaker's database for mentions of the other 4 Cloud Striders targeted in that Vex attack. He references Stargazer and some kind of secret number-crunching algorithm. No context. So I need you to restore Stargazer's records. All you need to do is sort of vibe with Stargazer, the city's most famous explorer.
Oh, you're just saying what I just read. Okay. Stargazer, originally a mathematician named Laminac Lee, was an explorer. Loot the Terminal Overload reward chest. End of activity. There you go. So that's the bonus post-campaign mission stuff that we've got. Unfinished Business, which is the exotic quest. We've got Stargazer, which is the Cloud Strider related quest. So that's cool. Parkour, baby.
Hey, Ligari, how are things holding up over there? Heard the hall got hit.
Very gone.
It's fine-ish. No load-bearing damage, and the rest is taken care of. A little unorthodox, but we're good.
You sure? I can take a look.
I'm sure. Save your resources for the more vital infrastructure. We'll have a bad time, a worse time if the farms go.
You let me know if that changes. Might not be as immediate as the siege, but our history's worth keeping safe.
That's why you're my favorite, Sid.
Ah, you say that to everyone.
And I mean it to everyone.
And I mean it too. Oh, hang on, there's more? No. It's just still on the screen. What are the best fragments so far? You reckon defeating suspended targets grants class ability. Targets with a tangle melee energy. Finisher final blows create threadlings. Okay. Orb of power. It's woven mail. Osiris has some cool containers. Oh, they're the containers with all the subclass elements, aren't they? They've been there since the beginning. I've already had a look at those. Defeating suspended targets with precision final blows gets orb of power. Warding's really good. Yeah. Orb of power. Yeah, true. Does take off the... Okay, so 65% damage reduction, but you also lose resilience. Nice. I'll grab that. Because orbs be everywhere in this game. We love orbs of power. Wow. Alright, so I've got a bunch of 1770 gear, which is good. Some have hit 1770. It is wanting me to go over here, but I just looked at it. Oh, there we go.
Intolerable.
Kaito.
What draws the Empress' desire now?
The soldiers Calus sends.
Osiris, you're over there.
Some of these may be the mindless clones you saw on the Leviathan. Many more are deserters and traitors. Those who have forgotten what it means to be Cabal.
That still troubles you? This is not a new state of affairs.
No, but it is more than that. It is the further division of a people. It is destruction from within, by our own hands. Once I was hungry for the glory of battle. Even now I have never turned away from a necessary fight. but I see only foolishness here.
The time when this fight could have been avoided is long past.
I know. This is not reluctance. Only regret.
Regret. Let's go speak to Nimbus. Nimbus! I'm glad that there is post-campaign story content. And I'm glad that there is seasonal content. There's still a lot of good story to take in, which is very, very good. Yeah, I've said what I had to say, really, on the Lightfall expansion as a whole, on characters and feelings about it. I think, overall, I think the general consensus and people's reactions to it are a little bit harsh. There's definitely some disappointing elements to it, but I think that there's a lot of fun things as well. This, like, Strand is really fun. It's really cool. The Tormentors are great. The visuals are really, really impressive. This, like, Neomuna looks very cool. Some characters I wish were not the way that they are, but they are the way that they are. And that's just kind of how characters be. Like, there are multiple personalities in this game. Sometimes the more prominent ones are the most grating, and the cooler ones are the ones that you barely get any interaction with. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But I do think the story was cool, but I just think that they are, yeah, they're really at a very important time in the storyline, and they're kind of dragging their feet and stumbling a little bit in certain elements. So it's all up to the storyline in the seasons now leading up to the final shape.
Oh, hey, Guardian. Induction ceremony wrap up all right? The citizens did a good job improvising. Traditionally, both Cloud Striders are there for the final handoff, but Rohan wasn't here, so... And if he were, he wouldn't be moaning about the past. He'd be too busy cracking open the veil, jumping through the portal, and knocking the witness back on its multiple asses. You know, the Vex were working on a copycat veil. Oh yeah, Rohan stumbled on it in the Nexus, years ago. It was half finished then, but he was convinced that the Vex had the goods on the original. Goods we'd need one day. Just think! We wrestle the Veil's secrets out of the Vex, and we're one step closer to kicking down the Witness's door. But first, we gotta track down Rohan's notes. So, what do you say? Help me follow in the big guy's footsteps?
Is there a reason why Nimbus refers to the Witness having multiple asses? Because I guess he's got all these heads in his vape cloud. The Witness has multiple butts confirmed, and somehow Nimbus has seen the Witness, even though the Witness has never made himself seen on Neomuna. That's okay. Unfinished business. Nimbus admits to leaving the induction ceremony early. It doesn't feel right when Neomuna is still overrun and the Witness is at large. I love saying, the Witness is at large. It's like, the Witness is gone. The Witness do be in a portal. It's not really at large in that capacity, is it? You know? Kind of not even around. Very strange. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. If you ask them, a better way to honor Rohan's legacy would be to finish his unfinished business and find the Vex's copycat veil. Apparently early in his training, Rex stumbled on the Vex building what he believed was a copy of the Veil. Convinced this was a threat, he spent the rest of his career trying to retrace his steps through the Nexus. Nimbus believes Rohan succeeded right before the Shadow Legion's invasion. Okay. Defeat Vex and Neomuna and collect qubits and recover Rohan's data packets. Gotcha. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha, bro. Nice. That is where I'm going to bring the Lightfall campaign stream to a close. I will be engaging in the rest of the Destiny 2 storyline naturally, in terms of seasonal content and post-campaign quests and all of that stuff. But what I really wanted to sort of capture, which is what we did for the Witch Queen as well, was the core legendary campaign of Lightfall, that expansion experience. I have shared my feelings on it over the course of these 3 streams and feeling not super entirely jazzed on the whole premise. A little bit mixed, but you know, I tend to find enjoyment in things regardless, and the game continues to be fun and enjoyable with a couple of grating elements. I'm not sure what about this is grating. If you can tell, no idea what's grating in this game. But what we're going to be doing is exploring the more of the story how I usually do it, which is in my own time, playing around, hanging out with me buds, and doing it that way, because obviously these aren't the most popular streams, but I do like having quite a few of you at least chilling out with me while I play some Destiny. But usually Destiny is like my turn my brain off and like chill out game. Like I'll just go through the story and the quests, and I'll just kind of play it when I'm chilling out. So on the rare occasion that an expansion drops with a big campaign to check out, that's when I like, you know, doing a bit of a stream for it. And it was fun to do it with the Witch Queen, and it was fun to do it with Lightfall as well. So thank you so much for joining me and hanging out for these past couple of streams if you've been here. Thank you for Kuso and also Mobius today for helping me out and jumping in my fire team for the Lightfall Legendary campaign. And to those of you watching, I will probably not do more Destiny streams because, like I said, I just like to chill out and just do it in my own time. But if we do have any significant, you know, story stuff happening in the form of expansions, then I will probably be there. But yeah, I'm a Destiny lover, and I appreciate it. If you want to talk about Destiny and the story and what's going on with me while I'll be playing, feel free to join my Discord. I do have a Discord with a very active and positive community, so feel free to jump in there if you're a Destiny player as well. Kuso and Mobius are also in there. We can talk Destiny, you know. We could even jump in if any of us are free, just in activities sometimes. It probably won't come to fruition, but hey, I'm optimistic. But that is there as an option, you know? It's there as an option. I'll be playing the story and seasonal content of Destiny regardless, and keeping up with the lore and the story. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated, and I will see you next time.